What's up, brother? Hope everything's going all right with you. But let's just get this started. Stop giving a fuck. Literally. Most people do not care about you. Literally. No one no one cares about you. No one's no one's thinking about you. No one's like, "Oh yeah, did you see what so and so did? Did you?" No one cares. Like literally, you walk into any public place, you go any public area. No one's and this is like I know a lot of people have social anxiety, but it's like no one's staring at you, bro. People do not care. Why? Because everyone's thinking what you're thinking. Everyone's thinking, what does this person think? What are they talking about me? Are they laughing about me? Dude, everyone's thinking the same thing you're thinking. No one cares, okay? So get that out of your head. When you go into a public place, just do what you need to do. People are not judging you unless you're doing something ridiculous, then maybe. But like besides that, like I'm just gonna keep this like straightforward with you. I don't want to waste your time. No one's thinking about you. Everyone's thinking about themselves. Everyone is doing their own thing. And it's funny because everyone's thinking that same thing. What's everyone thinking about me? No one gives a shit and no one cares. Get that out of your brain. Next point. Get off of social media. So, a lot of social media has caused people to just be socially awkward. There was a few studies I was looking at with the rise of social media. Just people being socially awkward has skyrocketed. Like it's insane, and it's because everyone's connecting online. Connecting through a screen, and no one's going outside. No one's actually talking to one another, right? And not only is it causing loneliness in other people, but just being weird in like social situations. So just get off social media. You know, like literally stop giving a fuck of what people think on social media. That's irrelevant. So if you're like a content creator, like me, when I post on Instagram, I get hate comments, this and that. It's like, dude, I don't care. These are like random people. Why would I care? It's irrelevant. Like unless it's like constructive criticism, it's irrelevant. Who cares? I'm never gonna meet these people. I'm never gonna see them. Like, what? Why are you so like? Oh my god, what does everyone think about me? Like online, like dude, even if you're not like a content creator, oh my god, what's everyone gonna think about me? Oh my god, bro, these people are not even probably from where you're from, your location, bro. Who cares? Get that out of your brain, bro. The whole social media stuff. Um, Next point, improve your mental health. So, literally caring about what random people think. So what I will say is you should care. So, it's going to sound like counterintuitive, but you should care of what your community of people think. So, community of people, what do I mean by that? Basically, like close friends that you compete with, actual close people that you resonate with, like not not people in your friend group, but rather people that you're leveling up with, right? Your community of people, and it may or may not be your friends, but your community of people that you're growing with and you're competing with, right? You should care about what they think because they're gonna give you the right constructive criticism, if you understand what I'm saying. But everyone outside of that, like, there's no reason to care. You shouldn't give a fuck. Like, it's irrelevant of what random people care. That's the only like real people, you know, that you should care about. Your community of people. But yeah, improve on your mental health. I kind of like bounced off of that. Um, improve your mental health. So a lot of guys out here, I'm kind of just speaking on behalf of guys because it's easier. It's just easier for me. Improve your mental health. So most guys, even me, just like don't have the best mental health, and I'm still like working on it, right? But I want to at least teach people and help people out during the process of my learning. But with bad mental health, you're gonna constantly be super anxious, right? People with bad mental health are pretty like depressed, and constantly think people are staring at them, especially if you're super anxious and have your anxiety's through the roof. And a lot of that just stems from mental health issues, like constantly thinking what people care about you. That's really just anxiety issues. And I'll literally give you a solution to anxiety. So first and foremost, if and this kind of going off the beginning, the whole like social anxiety, dude, it can be cured if you just get out of your brain. People aren't thinking about you. Boom, solved. We solved that. Um, but literally to cure anxiety, I'm just gonna keep it straightforward with you. Meditate. Go outside. Start being more social with people. Start trying to talk to people. And journal. Your anxiety will literally, let's say your anxiety level is a 10, it'll go down to like a 4 if you actually start getting out of your comfort zone. Literally what causes people to have a bunch of anxiety, you know, the whole like social anxiety, it's literally just staying in a position where you're comfortable and not doing the uncomfortable things. So for instance, like talking to people, that would solve your social anxiety. Meditating, journaling, literally going outside, that would literally half your anxiety of what it is now. Dude, I promise you, like if you do it for like 2 weeks, your anxiety is gonna go down. Your depression or whatever, it's gonna go down because, like I said, a lot of that stems from is staying comfortable, not doing the uncomfortable things and growing. Right? You're kind of just in the same position. You know you could be doing more, but you're not. So you're in this position where you're anxious. You're depressed, and you just feel like there's really nothing more. Or, you can't do it. It's because you're not getting outside of this comfort zone. That's what's causing, this whole, everyone's thinking about me mentality. Super anxious mentality. You know, it's not you're not in it's not a good position because I was in a similar position to that before. It's gotten better. I'm not saying it's like perfectly fine now. I'm still working on it, but I was in a pretty low position a couple years back. But it's gotten a lot better from literally the things I just said. It's literally improved my anxiety. I would say my depression and my social anxiety is definitely getting better for sure. It used to be horrible. It's getting better now. So yeah, improve your mental health. Next point. Have something else to give a fuck about. Bro, if you're not working on anything, like literally, if you're not working on anything, focusing on something, the gym, your career, whatever it is, whatever you're trying to focus on, whatever you're trying to like level up in, you're gonna be thinking about this dumb stuff, right? You're gonna be thinking about what people care about you when you're in public places. And you're gonna be thinking about this, you're gonna be thinking about that. Oh no, I wonder what they're saying about me. I wonder what they're doing. I wonder what these people are doing, just constantly getting sidetracked. It's like, bro, if you were focused on your mission, if you were focused on what your purpose is, what you need to be doing, you wouldn't care about, what they think, what these people think, what they're laughing about over there. Bro, you wouldn't care. You'd be full focus on what you need to be doing, and you'd be locked in, tunnel vision, right? Like this. Not this. You got to get out of that, bro. So have something to give a fuck about. Because think about it, most men are worthless because they have nothing to live for. Whoa, 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 whoa. You can't say that, bro. Actually, most men are just existing. I made a video about this. Got like 5K views or like 4 or 5K views or something like that. You're just existing. What are you actually living for? Are you useful? Yes or no? Do you have tunnel vision in something? Yes or no? What is your main goal? What are you actually working towards? What is it? You have to figure that out, bro. Because then you're always going to keep getting sidetracked about these other things. So what are they thinking? You know, what are they doing? You know, I wonder what, you know, they're this. Should be like this, bro. No one remembers the awkward situations or the weird things you did in the past. No one. This literally is going back to the most people don't care about you. Dude, so what the stupid thing or the weird thing you did a year ago or a few months ago or a couple weeks ago, literally even yesterday, no one's thinking about it because everyone's thinking about themselves right now. Unless you're some like popular celebrity, then maybe someone's thinking about you. But other than that, bro, no one's thinking about, oh, you remember what so and so did a year ago? You remember what this guy did last week? Yeah, no one cares. No one's thinking about it. Nobody. I promise you. No one. I just want to make it clear, bro. Like, just get it through your skull. No one cares. No one's thinking about you. No one's thinking about the past mistakes or dumb things you did because it's irrelevant to them. They only care about themselves, right here, right now. They're not thinking about what you're doing, and they're not thinking about what you did a year ago or yesterday. No one cares. That's why you should be so fully focused and locked in on what you give a fuck about. And I also have in here practice stoicism. So I personally practice stoicism myself. I'm not like super deep into it. The only thing I really like get a good takeaway from stoicism is like the emotional control, because I believe all men should have the ability to control their emotions. And I'm not saying don't show emotions. That's, people get that twisted all the time. Don't show emotion, you know. You're a man, you can't show emotion, you know. No. Show emotion to your brothers, to your boys, to your men, to your community. That is it. That's all you should be showing your emotions to. No one else. Right? Because they can understand you on that level. No one else can. And I think emotional control is so important because in any situation you're in, as a man, you should be able to control your emotions. Right? Whether it's whatever situation it is, you have to be able to control your emotions, or else you'll crumble under the lightest of pressure. And that can't happen if you want to become a strong man. You cannot crumble under light pressure, because men should be able to handle, you know, pressure. Right? Because if you can't grow. Right? If you can't handle that stress and that pressure, you can't grow, you can't improve. Right? Hard times create strong men. You can't crumble under pressure, bro. You have to, you know, stand tall, stand strong, and be able to withhold that. Right? Keep going when times are hard. That's what it's about. It's about growth, right? That's why emotional control is so important. You can't just break because it got hard. You can't just give up because it got hard, right? And it's hard, I will say. It's difficult, but you know, and I'm still working on it. And that's why I like stoicism, because it's just that reminder of emotional control. And it's definitely very important. My last point, don't compare, compete. The only person you should be comparing yourself with is your younger self. That is it. No one else. Now, when I say compete, compete. Compete with other men that are similar to you. But don't compare yourself. Don't be like, oh, you know, this guy's better than me. You know, this guy, he's stronger than me. You know, he looks better than me. Look, dude, the stuff, and this goes back to the other point. Get off social media. Literally. Because if you're going to get on there just to compare, get off, bro. You should only be on social media. I'm going into like different points here, but you should only be on social media for educational purposes. Anyways, don't compare yourself with these guys. Look, you see a guy on social media and you guys are doing relatively like the same thing. Let's say you're a content creator. So, if, you know, in my case, um, some self-improvement creator, just anyone. And I could just say, you know what? I could be doing better than this guy. You know what? I'm gonna make better. I can make better videos than this guy, right? I could provide more value, right? And I'm gonna compete with this guy, but I'm not gonna compare myself, right? Because there's no growth in comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy, but competing, there's growth in competition with people that are similar to you, right? And male competition has been going on for ages, right? It's that male aggression inside of us, and that should be used towards competition with other guys that are similar to us, because that is where growth is. Growth is in competition. Just when you see someone similar to you, just say, you know what? I can do it better than them. And that will get you to work harder rather than just saying, oh, you know, I'm no one's competition. I'm doing it for myself. And yes, that's a good mentality, but you can be getting more growth if you're competing with other males. I'm telling you, bro. It's that male aggression inside you that's just hungry to be, you know, to do better than this guy. But don't compare yourself, bro. Don't get it twisted. Don't compare yourself. Just compete. I wrote this down. Compete with your brothers around you to become better versions of yourself. And when you climb the ladder past them, be sure you are there to put a hand down to bring them up with you. Bro, I love that. Literally what that's saying is, you know, compete with these guys, and not in like a toxic way, but compete with these guys, you know, actually do better than them. And then once you're doing better than them, bring a hand down and say, you know, you're coming up with me, bro, right? It's that non-toxic competition, right? Because, you know, like you're both growing, right? You're competing and you're both growing. So if you can find guys that are similar to you and kind of like a community based, and you can actually grow with these men, or like in real life too, bro, like close friends you can compete with, like, oh, you know, like at the gym, like, I'm gonna do better than you, you know, oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna try and bench more than you, whatever. And you guys will keep growing on your own level as well, right? Because you're competing to get better, but you're improving in your own little, like, in your own level, right? So it's literally a win-win, because you're trying to be better than them, but you're literally growing in the process. So it's like everyone wins. And that's why male competition is so important. But yeah, bro, that kind of sums up the video. I went to like different levels, but or like kind of different topics, or was going off topic of the whole, you know, like actually stop caring what people think. But yeah, in conclusion, the only people that you should care about, you know, what they have to say about you, is your community of guys, your group of guys, your group of men, or constructive criticism, honestly. That's actually going to benefit you. That is it. Anything outside of that, any random people, stop giving a fuck. All right, bro. Remember, there are no bad days, only lessons. Have a good one, brother.